I truly hope that you are paying attention. As you look this way, they're rewiring the whole financial system this way. I've been sharing with you from 2020 what was going to happen from 2020 to 2025. I told you banks were going to custody crypto. We're going to move into crypto. Everybody told me I was crazy. We now have the Genius Act. We're about to get the Clarity Act that gives banks clear rules of the road of the very thing they told you was a fraud. They're going to be asking you to invest in it. They're going to be asking you to bring it there to custody, institutional grade custody. Now, here's where it gets deep. No pun intended. Is what you're seeing is a rewiring of the old monetary system. Everything, listen to me, save this video, just like I told you from 2020 to 2025 was going to happen, from 2025 to 2030. By 2030, everything will operate on a stable coin. Your bank will have a stable coin. Every country will have a stable coin. And here's where your research comes in. What we did is we didn't sit on our hands, strategically and methodically positioned ourselves, didn't listen to hype, didn't listen to price predictions, didn't listen to hopium. We built infrastructure based on what we believe in our heart of hearts will be the new monetary system. Here's what I landed on. This is my portfolio, my opinion. I'm encouraging you to do your own research. I'll only be honest and authentic with you. I'm going to give you my whole infrastructure right now. On the cryptocurrency side, I'll explain what, why, and how. What I'm invested in is XRP, 43% of my portfolio. Bitcoin, 40% of my portfolio. WLFI, 4%. Solana, 3.7%. And then I have XLM, HBAR, and VeChain, much smaller percentages. I consolidated into my top 4 cryptos out of 17 cryptos. Why? Because trust me, multimillionaires, which we became, and billionaires don't have a shitload of cryptos, and they're not chasing meme coins and price predictions. They are consolidating to get ready for clarity and regulation, because 99% of cryptos are going to get smashed. I know you want to believe your favorite influencer has the next best meme coin, or Trump is going to make you a millionaire on this date. They are lying to you. They're getting paid to do that. You are the exit liquidity. You may as well go buy a lottery ticket. If you're looking for price predictions, hype, hopium, emotional triggering, I'm not your guy. I'm your discipline, consistent, stability, and legacy guy. So that's my top 7. I'm only accumulating XRP, Bitcoin, WLFI, and Solana. That's it. Now, there's a lot of other great cryptos out there that are going to survive, but that's what I am doing. That's my zone of competency, and I'm sticking with it. XRP, bridge currency, going to change the monetary financial system. It's a bridge that can move currency fast, removes friction. I understand it. Bitcoin for me is like gold, a store of value. I'm using it as gold. Fixed supply, 21 million, one of the most scarce assets in the world. I think it's pretty cool to work to be in the top 1% of holders in Bitcoin and the top 1% of holders or less in XRP. That was my goal. WLFI, I understand banking, and I understand that we're moving from traditional finance to decentralized finance, and us being the governance, the bank. It's just how nature and the cycle is going to work. We're in the age of Aquarius. We ended a 36-year cycle. You're not going to beat how God created the cycles and how they work. We're in a new era. The old rules don't work. If the people that are advising you are not advancing their brain or learning the new model, you're going to get wrecked. Everything's going to operate on a stable coin. Everything's going to operate on blockchain. Everything's going to be on distributed ledger technology. That's how I made my investments. Then I have Solana as my number 4. It's a layer 1. Solana, Ethereum. Solana is an infrastructure. You can build on top of it. So that's my cryptos that I believe are going to be part of the change of the monetary system. Now, there's many other that are going to survive, but there's no reason for me to have a million different cryptos. I'd rather be hyper concentrated and diversified. My stocks are American Bitcoin, ABTC, Eric Trump's Bitcoin Mining and Bitcoin Treasury Company. That's my number 1 stock. You can see my zone of competency is digital assets and banking. Next is XXI. XXI is a Bitcoin Treasury, number 3 in Bitcoin Treasuries in the world, which is connected to Cantor, which is connected to Howard Lutnick, who's the Commerce Secretary. WLFI on my crypto side is connected to Steve Witkoff, the Witkoff boys, and Donald Trump and the Donald Trump boys. The boys run the families, the dads are writing the rules. I didn't create the game, I just understand it. Who do you pay your taxes to? Who's on the coin? Caesar. Pay your taxes to Caesar, give to God what is his, give to me what is mine. You're fighting an invisible enemy that you're not going to beat. The enemy is you. These are just tools. Okay, so that's my assets. What I did is I built an infrastructure. I created and invented what's called Capel DR, not capital, Capel DR. C is cash flow. Cash is trash. You trade time for income, which is debt. You need to learn how to create cash flow. What is cash flow? Cash flow simply is you don't have to labor or trade time for money. Example, I have 6 companies. 3 of them I actively run. I trade time for income. The problem is the income is debt. There's no real money in the system. Everything is debt. Everything is credit. It's a monetary debt enslavement and system through interest. So when you get paid, you're paid in fake money. I take the fake money, I take 10% of it, and I put it into dividend stocks. What's a dividend stock? A dividend stock is me putting money into a stock. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to run the company. I don't have to clean the toilets. I don't have to manage the people. And they pay me a payment either weekly, monthly, quarterly, or annually for doing nothing. That's Warren Buffett style. It's called dividend stocks. So now I took my income, I put 10%, and I created cash flow that I don't have to work for. I scaled 3 of my companies that pay me 24 hours a day. Now I have cash flow, passive income, but here's the key. Cash flow and passive income are still debt. Now we have to beat inflation. If you don't get a pay raise over 3% every year, you're getting poor every single year. Because remember, income is debt because there's no real money in the system. Inflation is illegal taxation. Every single year, you become poor because cost of goods get more expensive. You have to take your cash flow and your income, you have to put it into assets, to beat inflation. I gave you my assets, my cryptocurrency and my stocks. But here's the key. CA, capital CA. P is protection. When the assets go up, I pull profits on the way up. I'm never touching Bitcoin. We're going to put that in P, protection. I take profits. I put it into cash value life insurance. The first annuity was in the Roman days. Tax code 7702A was created in 1913. Ironically, when the Federal Reserve was created, which allows you to use insurance, leverage against insurance, the cash value of the insurance. What I do is stuff profits into insurance, protecting my principal. I get market-like returns, permanent life insurance. Then when the markets collapse, I borrow against the family bank at low interest rate. I go back in and I buy everybody's fear. Guess what? With insurance, I don't have to pay it back till the next cycle. If I don't pay it back, it comes off the death benefit. That's why it was created in 1913. When the Federal Reserve was created, tax code 77028 allows you to use insurance to borrow against the cash value. They never taught you about insuring your money, did they? Taught you to insure your car, your house, and your life, but never taught you how to insure your money. Study bank-owned life insurance. Study tax code 7702A. The tax codes are designed to make you wealthy. Okay, so then we go back into the market, then it cycles back up, then I pay off the debt, and we just repeat the cycle. That's richest man in Babylon. Your goal is to beat inflation. Your goal is to create cash flow. Your goal is to reduce your debt as much as possible personally and stop paying it and start earning interest. I don't know how more honest I can be with you guys and share with you exactly what I'm doing, but here's what's going to happen. After 2030, you're going to be operating on blockchain, distributed ledger technology on a stablecoin without even knowing it. You're going to be consumed by it or you're going to own it. There's going to be no middle ground. And I highly recommend that you start studying this stuff. Blind leadership is dead. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. I'm selling you discipline, consistency, hard work, and dedication, but it will be worth it. Everybody else is selling you price predictions, a savior complex. That era is dead. You wouldn't take your children, let me rephrase it this way. Nobody's going to take care of your children like you would. But why the hell would you take your money and allow people to take care of your money? They're not going to take care of it like you would. Learn the game, especially men, head of household. Get your shit together. 99% of men I meet with have no budget. So there we go. As clear as possible. Exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to keep coming on here and being authentic. I would love to hear your plan, your top cryptos, your top investments. I'm excited to see where we land in 2030. As we always say, warriors, rise. Get your shit together. Love you guys. If you need any support, click my bio. Also, I want to share with you guys, I have all my resources in there. I do not invest people's crypto. I will never be proactively DMing you. Be very careful. We do not invest people's crypto. You can report scam accounts right inside my bio. Love you guys.